Good evening, everyone. My name is Prasoon Singh. This is Sajal Bajpayee and Sakshi, and our friend Rohan will be joining us soon. The topic of our discussion is influencers, which are increasingly becoming selfpreneurs. So, we all live in this era of influencers. We are all familiar with the major influencers of India. Some of them create great content, some of them have great comic value, and some of them also thrive on absurdity. Matlab, they present absurdity, but they also like. But this influencing is no longer just about having a social media presence. It is today become a business model, a model for people to earn. So let me start this discussion by including you people. Sajal, what do you think is what are the causes of India becoming the hub of these influencers, which are turning into brands and big building big businesses?
See, I personally believe that India has a very vast and diverse culture. So, owing to that, we have people who come from different kind of backgrounds, and they represent their community in a manner that they glorify that what they are, what are their values, and what are they supposed to do in our country so that we can resemble and prove a point. So this is the major reason I feel that influencers are gaining immense popularity. Apart from that, I strongly believe that India is a sentimental country. So
Hmm.
an influencer is basically someone who persuades you to do a certain task, glorifies it, and is a true leader. I believe that to be a good influencer, you must be a good leader. If you are a good leader, you can easily influence people. It's like all of you must have heard about what a charismatic leader is. So I believe that an influencer is a charismatic leader. And as far as the growing influencer trend is concerned, or why the influencer is gaining so much of recognition nowadays, as I told you, diverse cultural values, glorification of those values, different
There's very
communities.
too much potential in the country
Yeah, yeah, of course. And our country, I believe, has the most potential in the world. It's my personal
when it
belief.
comes to content creation things like that. Sakshi,
When it
your points.
Yeah, I would like to add to Sajal's point that also now there is a widespread of social media. People in India are getting more internet access, and the rising number of content creators from different platforms this help influencer to achieve growth, and also it has become a earning source for influencer. Many people who are not good in studies but they are good in content creation without any degree. Yeah, so without if someone without spending a lot in degree, they are earning from their own self, that by creating content and all. So this creating a boom in the influencer field.
uh, let's see, it is paying good money. So you
Yeah.
see people like big YouTubers and influencers like Dhugrati. You see people like
Yeah.
Mohak Kungal. You see people like Gaurav Taneja. You know, they earn good money. They live lavish lifestyle. And what is happening is that seeing all that luxury that these influencers live in, the youth of our country is also basically getting inspired. They are aspiring to be influencers themselves because they see all this glory, they see all this shine, and they want to become all influencers themselves.
yeah,
What I want to
absolutely.
discuss an issue is that if everybody wants to become an influencer, nobody is there to get influenced. So everybody is trying to influence everybody else. You know? Some people have
Yes.
true potential. Like for example, let me say that even though Dhruv Rathi has good presentation style, Mohak Mangal has good presentation style, they have actual talent upon which they have built their brands upon. But then you have people, certain influencers that earn good money but do not contribute that much to the society. So what are your opinion? Is that a good role model for our youth to follow? Anyone? Sakshi, start.
See, Prasoon, basically we talk about influencer. They build a brand around their personality, lifestyle, or expertise. means like their name and online presence function as their brand identity. Yeah. So there we can see there are a lot of content in see everyone, some make educational content, some make comedy content. So it it is not like what they are means it, they can, some people are contributing in a good way, some people are contributing not exactly in a good way, like there are influencers who manipulates, or who like, if we talk about, like if we take a name like Riva Arora, she is a she's a child, but still she's
Tell us
promoting
about
some.
her. Actually, I don't know about her.
Yeah, the Riva Arora. Actually, there is a lot of controversy on her on her age. Like some people say, like she claimed that she's 18 plus, but according to some sources, she's around 15 years. So, and she promote like adult content, like not exactly
Okay.
like adult content, but the content which is not appropriate according to her age, and it is
Okay.
influencing in a wrong manner. So yeah, people are using this platform, some are using in a good manner also, like we can see educational videos, a lot of educational videos, and but on the other hand there are many influencers who abuse or who means promote violence or glorify violence, like
Absolutely.
yeah,
Sometimes they also promote matlab, the bad
like
habits or
they,
certain bad habits.
yeah,
Yes.
they
Exactly.
promote songs which show glorify violence like guns and all, which is not a right thing. Like if we talk about other countries, there are many countries like China who say that what your youth is consuming is what they are going to be in future. Yeah, what they, so we should have some like rules and all regarding this content creation, that what age people should make content, what type of content should be consumed by what age people. Yeah.
Sajal, I need to ask a question. Like what Sakshi said is morally right, that we should restrict what type of content is being uploaded on YouTube. But Sajal, the pitfall of that or the drawback of that is that if government starts deciding that what content will be uploaded on YouTube, Instagram, and government platforms, they can very well restrict the platforms or the influencers that speak against the government, because that is one way of them to eliminate criticism. So yes, there is a lot of bad stuff being posted on YouTube, but there is also a problem of government censorship. So do you think, what do you think should be our appropriate approach when it comes to basically ensuring that YouTube is a safe space for all?
So, see, Prasoon, I personally believe the kind of camaraderie which we have when it comes to the influencers who are, really working hard and putting up the quality content is very nice. But as you know, that we have a high population, the amount of people in our country are free to talk, they can do anything they want. So, that is the main reason. If you have some people who speak for something, there are bound to be people who are going to speak against it. So this is something which has been existing with time and time, and this will be existing in near future also. This is something which is related to human psychology. You can't make people think in a straight and uni vernacular way. It can't be done. So my personal belief is you should keep these things decentralized, because with the interference of government many things can go wrong. Even if people are giving quality content, it would be labeled as a propaganda or a plan to
If it goes
make
against the
the
government, any government can
yeah,
restrict it.
yeah,
They can basically
exactly,
silence
exactly.
the voice of the people.
Yeah.
Rohan,
So
okay, continue.
so
Conclude.
I would like to add one more point. If an influencer is stating some right facts, and those facts do not align with the plan or the thing which the government is promoting at the moment, so the government will be able to shut them down, raise their voice low immediately. They would not be able to talk about it freely, and the people will not get to know about it. So this is the thing. I think this can happen. Like, I would like to give a very relevant example, which is a very recent one. Mohak Mangal, all of you must know about him.
Yes,
So
yes.
he
Yes,
he
yes.
he and the ANI News got into a controversy recently, and ANI News is a very big player when it comes to the news sector. So obviously, if you
Biggest
are a big
biggest
player,
media organization of
we
the
can
country,
we
actually.
can say
Yes.
we can see this. So when it comes to being a very great player and a big player, it is very obvious that you have very good ties with the government. And the person, he is all aloof, he's standing tall, and he's fighting against all the things and the mishappenings which are being done with him. So if this thing becomes centralized, many people like Mohawk Bengal will lose their voice. So I
Yes, yes.
personally believe this should not be touched. This
And
is a
it's a
free
business,
medium
no.
where people can be vocal. So let it
it's
be.
a it's a business that people have built out of their skills that they possess. They speak so well, they present so well, they know the
Yeah.
pulses of it. Rohan, do you
Yes,
know
Faisal.
of, like we know about that influencers are portrayed in a very negative way, that they basically corrupt the youth, they show their flashy lifestyles and everything. But there,
Yes,
I believe that there are certain very good influencers in our country whose content actually
yes.
inspire millions. Can you basically give an example of a few?
Actually, the my point of view about influencer is that about actually good content creators that I personally
Rohan,
prefer to
bit
watch.
louder. You're
Uh,
not clear. Bit clearer, please.
Okay, what I think about influencer is that the good content creators, they are actually modern entrepreneurs who actually blend creativity
Rohan,
and actually they have a
Rohan,
leadership style.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
You need to basically, please, can you have you attached a mic or something? Keep it
yes,
close
yes.
to you.
Okay.
Yes, now it's clear. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Hello.
Speak. Huh, yes, perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Rohan,
So what I
continue.
think about influencers that they are actually lead to the because today's content creators are actually good. Instagram actually has
Rohan,
been
actually, we
influencing
are
upon us,
unable
but
to hear
good
you.
entrepreneurs so when we are talking about the reach, we are
Uh,
talking about the
I
I
think his
believe there
voice
is a
is
little
not.
bit of
Yes.
network problem at the end of Rohan. Rohan, there is a bit of network problem at your end, I believe.
So now I can infer that he is saying that, if one is a very good influencer, he could be a very good brand promoter as well. I can infer it from what he said that he
I
meant it like that.
I give you example, one example. So uh, we might have forgot him, but just 2 years ago there was a person from Haryana. His name was Ankit, and he started making fitness content, and that
No,
was
no
very
one has
basic
forgotten
fitness
him.
content.
Even Modi ji met him, so no
Modi ji
one
met
has
him.
forgotten
Yes,
him.
and let me
Modi
get
ji
to
met
that
him.
point. He started with a very simple form of content. Him working out, him showing his daily routine, and how he
Yeah.
basically lives on a very, very natural diet. He exercises. That's it. That was the content that he started with. And look at the love that he gained, or the influence that he used to basically gain popularity among that. He
Yeah,
got so famous, he got so recognized that he eventually met the Prime Minister of India. So Prime Minister in a way got influenced. Basically, his famous opening line, like Ram ne Sarya ne. Prime Minister
Karen.
was basically greeting him when he arrived at that. So, matlab, if you do well, if you create quality content, I think you can add great value to it. What do you think about that, Sakshi?
Yeah, actually, Prasoon agree. I really agree on your point. After the success of Ankit Benpuya, on my Instagram, many of my friends and followers have also started posting that content, that 75 hard challenge, with
Yes,
really,
absolutely.
yes, which really motivated them to work toward their lifestyle. But actually, the basic point which he has promoted, that without any fancy equipment or without any expensive equipment or training or any lifestyle, you can still
Supplements.
achieve, yes, supplements, you can still achieve a task if you are really dedicated toward it. So it has promoted dedication, motivation, and also the like middle class, like other influencers, they glorify like lifestyle, like rich lifestyle, cars and all. And we all know that half more than half of them has just rented it for a photo shoot and all. but he actually promoted the real content which youth actually need, that not the glorified content or the fake content. So yeah.
And I personally, I just wanted to add on what Sashi said. Uh, what do you think, guys? Why was Ankit Bayanpuria successful in doing this thing? Let me tell you. This is the reason why he was successful. The reason why he was successful is that he was, like we say na in Hindi, ये बंदा मिट्टी से जुड़ा हुआ है.
Yeah,
So the
absolutely.
thing is
Yeah,
that
The
that guy,
people were able to
the
relate
roots,
themselves with him.
yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
roots,
yes.
the
yeah,
Yeah.
roots
that's the
came,
real content he was sharing, na, that's why
the
people were
root,
able to relate.
yeah, so the roots came from the barren ground itself. That was the reason why he initially gained fame. And the thing is, Ankit Banpuri as a farmer, and
Yeah.
the stature of
Yeah.
farmer in our
Yeah.
country is very big. You know, even before wrestlers used to exist, these professional gymmers used to exist, the most, enigmatic kind of body farmers has. It was
Yes.
very good. They
Without any
have so much
yes.
of potential by eating that desi diet of theirs. So that was the thing, that he was not only promoting good lifestyle, he was teaching us that how many hardships are there in life, how one has to go through them, and how can one juggle with them, and even after doing all that kind of very 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 tedious work, they can manage to live happily and successfully. That was the reason he succeeded.
Rohan is back. Well, we are very happy Rohan's back. Rohan, please continue with your point.
My point was that you asked me about the Indian actual influencer that was gaining market. So
Yes.
actually, my point of view is that influencers, actually, the good content they have a particular leadership style. Each one have their own. I understand that, but they actually leverage personal stories also and a community trust that they gain from the communities. And actually, I think they can actually carve a unique space and into a digital economy. And I think they actually mold public opinion also, because many influencer we have seen on Instagram and Facebook and other social media platforms, that they can actually mold public
Yes.
opinions also, because whatever they say people can accept them. So that you ask that, can you give me an example of Indian influencer that have actually gained so much trust in recent times? uh, we all know about Sandeep Maheshwari, right? So
Yeah,
he is
absolutely.
actually
Yeah,
been,
How
yeah,
can we forget it?
he, I think he is one of the prime example of entrepreneurs and actually a selfpreneur that we can take an example of. So he is actually a motivational speaker that we have, we all know about him for his work. And basically he was an YouTuber also. He's an entrepreneur that his, his business name Images Bazaar is actually a
Yes,
global
Image Bazaar. It was
global
a stock
present.
image
It
platform,
has a
right?
global,
If I'm not
yes.
wrong. Yes. Yeah.
It actually, it uses images and customization of videos and images that they provide to several businesses also. So they
Okay.
actually generate revenue from that source only, because in the previous time there was no such app or there was no such sites that promoted Indian cultures or Indian photos and videos, basically
Hmm.
customizable also.
Hmm.
So this Sandeep Maheshwari actually showed, actually, it actually acquired that gap and actually worked on that. So I think it was a great move by him actually.
Yeah. And good thing was that he was also, I believe, donating all his YouTube earning for charity and purposes like that. He was not taking any money
uh,
from YouTube.
also
I
I
got
Hmm,
that
would
fact.
like
yes.
to add that he also not
Actually, he's
promote
been
any
known for that. Yes.
advertisement. He does not promote anything, like influencer earn additional on, like through YouTube ads. He does not promote any, because his video might get interrupted and people get distracted from what's the topic is going on.
Yeah, yeah,
So he
exactly.
does not do that.
I believe he was a
uh,
great help. Like I
Yes.
believe I know in my student
Hmm.
days I used to hear him. He was such he like Sajal mentioned initially in his initial argument that influencers are charismatic leader. So if I think about a charismatic leader, a charismatic speaker, to say Sandeep Maheshwari is the first name that comes to my mind, and that is I believe
Yes, actually,
I
yes.
I actually
yeah,
remember him. So, one more thing I need to ask you before we conclude this discussion is that I increasingly feel, it's a personal opinion of mine, that YouTubers where and especially who basically publish content on current affairs, and this includes major youtubers like Nitesh Rajput, like Dhruv Rathi, like Mohak Mangal. They make videos on whatever the current events are happening, and they have built a brand around it, and they are earning through it. What is happening is that because of these youtubers or influencers, the business of the traditional media, the digital media, the big news channels is continuously suffering, because people do not watch content on television anymore. They stream content, they watch it on their devices, they watch it on platforms like YouTube and Instagram. So this is a one business that is killing the traditional news industry. What do you think, in your opinion? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Or is it it is not even a concern, it's just a personal basically it's not a concern, it's just a personal opinion. What do you think, Sajal?
See, my personal belief is this: the use of Instagram, the use of YouTube, even the use of YouTube Shorts, it is nothing but a disruptive innovation which
Yeah.
occurred in a manner that no one thought of. Matlab, who would have thought that you could get a gist of a whole news in 30 seconds? This thing is
No,
happening.
nobody.
Why YouTube thought shorts? This thing is happening currently. So I personally believe, and even if you are concerned about the big players in the market who use those traditional ways like 9 a.m. live in Aaj Tak, and we have seen that. So the thing is that they also are getting into YouTube. They are making their shorts. They
Yeah.
are exercising every kind of power they can in order to generate equal amount of revenue which they were initially. And one more
Yeah.
thing is, I personally believe that these particular influencers, why they are getting so much of support, this is because they are not being labeled as propagandists. The
Yeah.
thing is, we it is a fact, that the news channels were basically called rigged. The news got rigged, or people used to say, अरे यार सच तो दिखाएंगे ही नहीं, इनको तो गवर्नमेंट का साथ देना है. So these were the points due to which I believe that traditional media was lacking behind, and
Yeah.
that lag, and it was very necessary to cope up with it, because if your people don't trust you, if media is something which needs trust, when you come to old traditional ways, when newspapers articles used to be published, they were very reliable in nature. But with the advent of digital media, mass media, these all things became very less to rely upon, because the
Yeah.
information
Absolutely.
sometimes was not concrete in nature. So I believe that if you are getting news through YouTube Shorts or Instagram or various other things, it is a boon for us, and we should promote it, and we should promote more influences. Even if I would like to say, if you are making a video, like it is an effort. If you can give a 5 or 10 minutes for that, it could
Yeah.
develop your personality only, and you can
Yeah.
express your views, and that is very important in nature, because when you will do that, you will be able to learn that how life works, because you need to talk in order to that. So I personally believe that this is a very good thing, this is a boon, and we should utilize it in that manner. And the content which we should watch is in the hands of our only, because we are the deciders that what we should see. You have two options: you can either see Sadhguru, or you can either see Elvish Yadav. The choice is
Yeah.
yours.
Rohan, I would like
Prasun,
it
yes,
is
I would like to.
okay. Continue. I was going to ask you a
Yes.
similar question. Rohan, what is happening is that social
Okay.
media has given, in my opinion, it has made every person a journalist. What is a journalist? Who reports on
Yes.
any current event that is happening. So it has turned every person into a
Mhm.
journalist. For example, if you see something concerning happening around you, Rohan, you can simply basically make a
Mhm.
video of it and upload on it. So do you
Mhm.
think that this era of citizenship journalism is good for our country and is good in general?
I personally think, Prasun, that photojournalist is actually a very great influencing process that actually many influencers are doing currently. Do you know about that? There is a person that I admire actually a lot, because he is a photojournalist and his name is actually Motaz Azeza. And he
Okay.
is actually a
I don't know
photojournalist.
about
He
it.
does
Please,
his work in Gaza. he
Okay, got
yes,
it.
in Israeli and Gaza conflict, that he is actually present in that situation, that he is in actually the conflict of zone of war actually, and he
Okay.
daily shoots those videos, those killings of children, and literally those people who are being a refugee and who are actually fleeing from war, and he actually shoots those video. He posts this picture on his Instagram, and he actually has a very less of a followers. He actually, when I knew about him, he actually had a very 15K
Low
only
following.
followers, but
Yeah.
now he has gained over 2 lakhs followers. Yes. And the
Okay.
conflict that Palestinian and Gaza that has been indulged into, I think he has been showing a real time analysis
Yes.
of that, how people are suffering, how they are fleeing from war. And actually, I follow him a lot on Instagram, and his videos are actually
Yeah,
very a
that
lot
that
of
is
this.
that is citizenship journalism. Like,
Yes,
I believe
I
that is
think
what citizenship
yes,
journalism is. Yes.
yes,
Continue.
this is actually what influencer marketing is all about. I think personally, I think this is the right thing.
Okay. So, Sakshi, your opinion?
You have asked you have asked from the surgeon, and he has said like disruptive innovation. So
Yeah.
I would like to add some point to where it, like our generation, we don't have always free time like to watch news or particularly sit in a with family or watch news. So all these YouTube channels like which are working on current affairs and tell about what's happening around us or give current news. So we can see, like I when I go when I come to college or go home from college. So I generally do like I check some YouTube shorts or read some small articles on like current affairs. So these help us a lot to save time and know more about what's happening around us. So it make us aware about what's actually happening around us. Your voice is not audible.
Citizenship journalism is the new era of journalism where every citizen has the ability to voice its concern. And to now, I believe I should conclude the discussion. I believe that there are certain pitfalls, there are certain cons of this influencer economy, of these selfpreneurs, but the overwhelming good that this new era brings, this era of influencers and selfpreneurs bring, I believe that it will outweigh all the cons and the negative aspects. And I believe that there should be a little bit of guidance on what type of content is ideal for a person to watch and what type of content might not be that much ideal. There must not be any sort of restriction. There must not be any stopping of this new era of citizenship journalism and brand building. And there might be little bit government can provide, or we can provide certain guidance, but I think that it's an industry that we must allow to bloom. I thank every one of you to play for joining our podcast, and we will meet soon. So everyone, good night. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Prasoon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Rasool. It was indeed a very good
It was a
discussion.
good
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, it was a very good discussion. Yeah, healthy discussion.
All right. Bye bye.
We actually
Bye.
learned a lot actually.
Good.
Okay. Okay.